We won. We won pretty well.
How's it feel to be a part of an offense that's that explosive?
It feels good that we're able to execute the game plan, but we still got room. We still got room to grow from there.
Does that feel kind of normal for you, considering how explosive everything was last year?
Yeah, I guess you could say so, but I mean, for us, we still got room to grow. We're not a finished project at all.
There's room to grow, but Zach Ertz just sitting there. It's kind of incredible. You and Cliff have worked so well together. It seems like they've been working together for 5 or 10 years. Yes, room to grow, but what is that experience like right now?
It's awesome. I mean, me and Cliff just had that communication, that honesty. We're able to go in. Able to go in his office and say, "Hey, I don't like this," and he's here for it. He wants to put us in the best spot.
What was the conversation after that interception?
With who?
With anybody?
They didn't really say anything to me. I mean, I want that one back, but it's, you're good. Move on to the next play. And the NFL is always about the next play. You can't go back and fix what happened in the past. So nobody really had a conversation with me about that.
You're obviously having a lot of connections with Terry McLaurin. That's what we're all kind of paying attention to, but also some critical hits with Wamde Zaccheaus, Luke McCaffrey, Noah Brown. How does it feel to be a quarterback and have so many options out there?
It's awesome. Those guys do a good job of getting open, knowing the timing and the depth of the route. So it's awesome working with them.
Sorry, to go back to that. What happened on the pick from your perspective?
Shit, threw a pick. Threw it behind Terry. Just something that we haven't talked about. I've seen differently, but I guess you could say kind of got greedy. And in this league, that's going to happen. If you tips and overthrows, they're good players, so they're going to be able to pick the ball off. So it's just how can we bounce back?
Terry talked about that potentially in the future being finding a soft spot in the zone, things like that. Like, is that something that you think will come, and how long does that take?
Yeah, I mean, it's just communication. Stuff we just have to talk about, we continue to talk about.
You talk about all the weapons you had. Austin's out. Jeremy Nichols goes in. From your perspective, when you see a guy take that handoff and take off, what do you see in it? And how cool is it that this guy named Captain gets that touchdown?
Oh, man, it was awesome. He's a very hard worker, a hard runner, downhill guy. And, it's just awesome to see people be able to go out there and make the most of their opportunities.
Did you think it could be this good, this fast for you guys?
I don't know. I didn't have any expectations. It's just how much can we learn and how can we keep growing? And for me personally, how much can I learn and keep growing? How fast can I learn to become a pro and keep going from there?
This last week, starting with Cincinnati, there's been a lot more attention coming your way. Dan Quinta said you handled this week like a G. How do you think? How was it for you handling? I know you're getting a lot of attention, but even more this week. And what do you kind of make of Dan's comment there?
I mean, he told me that. He for sure told me that. But just in general, coming back to Arizona, obviously, this is where my college career started. So obviously, practicing at ASU, first time being back, things like that. So it could have been a lot of distractions, but you got to put your focus where it's meant to be, and that's football.
Hey, JD, after the interception, you said that you got to let it go. How was that a hard lesson for you to ever learn with throwing a pick and just responding to that?
I mean, you don't want to throw a pick at all, but as football, things happen. You can have a pick, you're gonna have a turnover, but how can you bounce back and you can limit those and keep moving forward?
Now that it's in the rear view, I mean, just being here practicing at Arizona State, like you said, was that weird at all? Was it, kind of good to be at this spot?
Yeah, it was a little bit of both. Bittersweet, being back, knowing like all the memories I had here with guys that I built relationships with, that are brothers to me. Seeing we all started here, it's kind of weird just being back, because I haven't been back since I left. So that was the weird part. But it was awesome being back here, being back in the desert, seeing a lot of places that I was at before, where I lived and stuff like that.
What do you think this meant for Cliff?
It meant a lot. Obviously coming back here, being a head coach here for a couple years, now coming back, facing this former team, I know it meant a lot to him.
And Zach Ertz too.
Yeah, for sure.
Was that some motivation for you guys in the offensive room? Kind of Cliff, Zach, anything?
I would say for me personally, nah. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a little motivation. Like, hey, we want to go out here and play hard for those guys. Obviously, they're homecoming back. But for us, it was like, man, we just got to go out there and execute.
When you talk about, like, Cliff putting you guys in a good position, what are some examples where you say, like, this is just a well-designed play, just gotta get the ball out? Is there anything that jumps out with that?
No, not really. For us, it's just like, man, how can we execute the play call no matter what the play is? If we could get all 11 guys going in the same direction, we have a chance.
Was it weird seeing Tress White punt?
No, not at all. No, I mean, it's football. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have high expectations for us as far as things that we've done in the past, but that don't matter. It's football, it's the NFL. You know, those guys get paid too.
You're a top in the division, right now. Do you think you've made a statement to the league that you guys are for real?
I mean, I think that's what for people to determine. For us, is man, how can we get better each and every game? Obviously, it's early in the season, so we'll have to finish the year. But I mean, I can't put anything on it. But I know that teams look at us and say, "Hey, those guys play hard."
After a touch on the road, how ready are you to get back into normal routine?
I mean, I'm happy to go back. It's always good to go back home with a win. And you know, now we're on to the Browns.
Bitch, last one.
On the touchdown run, I think coming out of college, obviously a lot of people knew about your speed and ability to kind of get to the top end. But the patience to kind of wait for your blocks to get set up there, is that something you've been working on? Is that something coaches have been working on?
Nah, I mean, that's just how I've been running the ball ever since I was young. So it's nothing I was working on. It's just the vision and how I could see blocks being set up.